Hey, crypto heads, it's the Goose with the Cryptic Paranormal Show. Welcome to another astonishing episode, amazing episode of the Cryptic Paranormal Show.
Full
No
of
special
nothing but
guests.
paranormal talk, of course.
Right, yeah, right, yeah. Paranormal show. Crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, I got a
You guys
couple
are talking
things to
about.
throw at you guys tonight. But other than that, how are you guys doing? D-Nice, what's up?
Not much. I'm pretty good.
Yeah,
Back to being busy at work, which is good.
yeah, that's a good sign.
My bank account won't appreciate it.
Yeah. But kicking ass as usual. What's up, Heisenberg?
Chilling, kicking it.
Kicking it.
Nice. Well, that's been another amazing episode of the Cryptic Paranormal Show.
See you guys next week.
Yeah, later. So what stuff do you
Okay,
have me to bat down and deny this week?
Oh, we're just going to get right to it then, huh?
Okay.
All right. So everybody's familiar, at least, I'm sure everybody's familiar with the Malaysian Air MH370 flight
Great topic.
that disappeared. There's been a lot of buzz on TikTok about a certain video that's floating around. And I'm just going to play it. You guys can watch it. I already know where I stand. I'm sure D Nice has an idea. I just wanted to get
Are you
Heisenberg's.
talking about a missing jet with me?
Yes.
You're the expert.
But there's a conspiracy theory, and I'm going to play the video. I'll just play the video.
The conspiracy theory is the captain killed everybody. That's what happened.
Not according to this video.
No, that's what happened.
Let's see what it says.
Hold
your comments.
Ready? You guys ready? Let's do this.
This is one of the most compelling UFO videos, or just videos of advanced technology, that I've ever come across. So this video is supposedly footage of the missing Flight 370 from Malaysia Airlines. This first clip was caught by a satellite that clearly shows three spherical objects surround the plane and begin rotating in perfect distance from each other. So right here you can see the first object enter the frame right there and begin rotating around the plane, and then shortly after we're going to see the second object appear. There it is right there. And then boom, there's the third one, and then they start rotating, like I said, around the plane. As the plane continues to travel, you can see these objects change direction to a vertical rotation, and then right here, the plane literally just vanishes into a flash of light or energy. This second clip is footage of the same plane but captured by a UAV at a different angle. And you can tell that this camera is being controlled manually, and it's almost as if they knew that this was going to happen. And what else is really strange is that you can see these objects are leaving some type of a trail, but it's not really behind them. It looks like it's actually in front of them, almost as if it's pulling them forward, and then it just vanishes into that wormhole or flash of energy, whatever that was. And what makes this even more compelling is that the coordinates from the satellite footage are of the Nicobar Islands, which are very close to Kuala Lumpur, which is the city that Flight 370 flew out of. Also, the person who uploaded the first video received the footage on March 12th, 2014, which is just 4 days after Flight 370 went missing. And he uploaded the second video that was from the UAV in June of 2014. Now, I'm not saying I know all of this to be 100% true, but the footage, the time, and the location are very convincing. And if you want more information on this, you can go to Ashton Forbes' Twitter account. He has done a lot of research on this topic.
Is he asleep? Is he dead?
He's refusing to watch.
That was awful. That was even that wasn't even real footage of a jet.
What do you mean?
Why? How do you know?
Are you talking about the thermal on that thing? You
Yeah.
see, no, that's not true.
Well, tell us why you think it's not real.
I think it's not real because it crashed somewhere in the Indian Ocean off the coast of Australia a bit. They even got wreckage of it floating up on different parts of Africa and Somalia.
Did they
Is that
confirm
video
that there was
talking anything
wreckage?
about that? The wreckage parts that are floating up in like Africa in that area?
No, of course not.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of studies about that, and they've actually pinged it down by the satellites because, as you would think that like the satellite would be able to they'd be able to watch us a lot closer. They can't watch us that close. You might think they can, but they can't. They had to go on just radar pings that happened. I don't know, just weird radar ping.
I would like to know why there was a UAV flying so close to it. A UAV, apparently an unmanned unarmed vehicle, like just a drone flying around catching this. I don't know how that would happen.
Yeah.
What is it?
A UAV?
No, Heisenberg, I'm asking you.
Oh, I thought you were saying why would somebody actually be able to like actually catch something like this on camera, because it would be completely impossible.
Right. Right. They said the one thing was, "Hello." That's new. How you doing, Holly?
What?
What is happening?
Yeah, they turned off the transponder.
Yeah.
They turned it
So,
off.
yeah, they turned it off, and that can only be done manually inside the plane.
Well, I did. What do you think, Denise?
I have no idea. I'm going to be honest. I'm not very smart, but those two planes look very different to me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It looked like two different planes in the videos, but
Right.
I mean,
I looked
whatever
it up.
it is has to be pretty advanced to be like they're flying 3 times the speed of the plane because they're spinning around.
Right.
You know, while the plane's just going at one speed.
It looked compelling at first, but I didn't 100% believe it. I mean, they looked just with all the UAP business floating around, and all it just seems all of a sudden let's make everything look like some kind of UAP activity or something.
No, I mean that's definitely super weird.
Yeah, it's weird, but I did some deep diving into it, and I looked at some YouTube videos from other creators, like actual like movie effects video guys, and they were able to recreate it without any issues. I mean, they literally could do it. It took them like 15 minutes to recreate the whole thing. So, I mean, hand pink waving. What?
I don't understand.
Well, hi, Tony. How are you?
Hi, Tony. How are you?
Real quick over on TikTok. Hey, Jeff Myers, Tank. How are you guys doing?
Well, yeah,
Thanks for watching the show.
Interesting video. But no, that's not what happened.
It's so frustrating because I have no doubt that there are videos of spirits or aliens or UFOs or UAPs or whatever the hell you want to call them. But then you have just so many people faking things so that when something real does come out, then everybody's like, that's fake. That's fake.
You're really gonna have to like prove it like beyond a major shadow of a doubt nowadays. For me, especially.
I pretty much have to see it myself.
You're gonna have to like almost really,
and even if I saw it myself.
Yeah. I almost had to be on that
even if I saw it myself
to see what happened.
I'd have to.
I'm good with not being on it and just not knowing. That's fine. I'm all right with that.
That was a crazy thing, man. I watched the whole air disasters thing on that. I watched a bunch of stuff on that. Like they are finding parts of it, and they're trying to triangulate where it's at.
Yeah, Kim and I have watched some documentaries on it. It's definitely an interesting mystery, and I do remember them saying something about finding some debris that could be a part of it.
They're not 100% sure, but I mean, they're pretty sure that it's part of.
Which also seems crazy to me, you know.
It's all about the currents.
I don't know. I like with all the technology that we have, you would think that it would be super easy.
And that's what I was saying. Like the satellite, like they just got one ping. Like you know the United States, because they have the satellites in the area, obviously the Philippines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they got one ping, and that was it. Because the transponder was off. When you take that transponder off, you basically make the plane invisible.
Right.
So the transponder like sends the signal out to be able to track it
and receives the signal back in. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it just seems wild. Like you could go buy an Apple AirTag for under $100 and track anything. Like, I saw a thing where you could put it in the soles of your kids' shoes. You know what I mean? Which is super smart, but that's a whole different thing. But you can track your child's shoe all over the world. but like we're
Can't
just
find a plane.
missing airplanes.
They had to search. There was something like this a long time ago that happened in the Atlantic Ocean, but this was like the plane actually went missing, and it took them years to find it.
That's so
billions
crazy.
of dollars, but like the French government, it was a TWA, I think, or not a TWA, but it was a 747. It was a French plane, and Air France, and they went looking for it, and they really searched for it, and like even the transponders had stopped, or like, because when they go in the black boxes, they have like a 30-day battery that pings, so people could try to find them.
Okay.
But you got to be pretty close to that ping.
Right. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have no idea when it comes to any of that kind of stuff. I see the footage and see if it could be recreated, and if not, then pretty much that. But like you said, you don't know, especially with like AI and.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, anybody could be a movie director now. I mean, you can.
I just saw videos of on TikTok of Tupac singing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nobody's going to believe anything anymore, right?
No.
Yeah, that's Thomas Jefferson. I saw a video of Thomas Jefferson.
He's still alive.
Talking, and it's just crazy. You can't believe anything anymore, and that makes me sad as somebody who believes in everything.
Right. But yeah, that Malaysia thing, man. He's not like the only pilot that's like. I mean, there's plenty of stories of pilots that have like killed everybody on their flight.
So you think it was the pilot?
Yeah, I think it's the pilot.
You think it was the pilot? Yeah.
Yeah, he had a flight simulator in his house specifically for that plane.
Wow.
So 777, I think, or was it a 787? Yeah. It's a big plane.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I don't know. You're lucky I remembered the flight number. Let alone you're the plane expert, man. I don't.
And I remember that whole thing too, because my ADHD brain, I was hyper focused on it when it happened, and it was like 4 days, and everybody just stopped talking about it, and it was like, I'm over here like, okay, but where the fuck's the plane? You know what I mean? Right. Like nobody wants to talk about it anymore. It just disappeared as quick as it
No,
came.
It's still.
Just like
I can tell you right now, it's still going on inside the because I watch a lot of plane stuff, and it's still going on. People they're trying to triangulate that thing. They think they've narrowed it down to some areas. So yeah, they're thinking they're going to find it.
I hope so. I mean, there's so many people, on there, that their families have no idea.
Hey, real quick, Mama Bear's over on TikTok. We love you, Mama Bear. Hey, Nancy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't wonder, because I don't know if you guys are. There's so much crazy shit going on in politics, but the one thing that I've honed in on, and I'm sure it's a smokescreen to like help us forget about everything else, but this whole trend with the disclosure thing, like the JFK assassination. They're going to be reopening that case, and I'll show you the video. What's that?
The mob did that. Yep.
The mob.
I'm going to show you a quick video of what's her name? Lisa Luna, I believe her name is. But let me throw that up there. It's just real quick.
This mobster on YouTube, Michael Franzese. He basically said that the mob did it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Nice.
Okay, TikTok videos are not coming up right. We'll stare at her neck the whole time. But she's basically said they're opening the case. They're going to be reinvestigating it. But as far as what they can see so far, it was definitely 2 shooters. And I'm like, okay, I think every conspiracy theorist that has looked into this knows it wasn't who we thought it was, or he was involved with somebody else. I mean, fucking, there's a reason Jack Ruby shot him, and before
immediately.
So there's a cover up there.
It's just, I just imagine like all the conspiracy theorists watching that press release, like people watch football, like throwing their drink and like, no shit, I told you that.
Right. And then she
Yeah.
kind of just vaguely said, yeah, well, we can be looking into UAPs and UFOs and that kind of thing too. But
Right.
I don't know. I just think it's another government's smoke screen to kind of like, for us weirdos who are really not everything to do with politics and want nothing to do but with things that may not be normal. Just like throw it up there and
Yeah.
cloud our minds and like look over here while we do all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of stuff on cults and celebrities lately. Not like and the fact that they stage so many of these paparazzi moments that they act like they don't want to be in.
Yeah.
So like it's PR. So I think the government's probably got a pretty good PR system.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just excited. I'm excited for people to feel normal, like people who have been screaming this from the rooftops for years.
Right. I think disclosure will happen. I mean, I'm not holding my breath. The Stephen Greer thing is going to happen, but at this point, because it should have happened a month ago.
No, because he said 7 to 9 days. What 21 days ago?
Right. So we'll see. But I don't know. Real quick, hello, Mr. Wooliver has been on here, but he's also over on TikTok. Matt Fiol, what's up, brother?
Matt
Fioli. I always say that wrong. Fiol. Mm-hmm. Sorry, man. But thank you guys. A bunch of people liking in on that.
Nancy on TikTok said she saw a shooting on live TV. She saw the shooting.
Oh, wow.
On live TV.
We've seen a lot of conspiracy theory documentaries on that. And I mean, some of the close-ups of the footage almost looks like whoever was in the front seat took a shot at him. Like when he's leaning back, like they're saying he's going to cover him, but it looked like he had something in his hand. Like, I mean, I'm just saying that it's just, I don't remember if that's one of the theories, because that's the thing. There's so many different theories. There's the gunman in the grassy knoll, the guy Zapruder who shot the whole thing on video. They said that he had some kind of weapon in his camera was weaponized somehow, and he took the shot. I mean, it's just.
Well, I think it was the Zapruder video that when they analyze it now, like there's like part of the trunk of the tree is missing. Like they took two pieces of footage and put them together, and there's like, the tree goes down, and then there's like this missing section where it looks like they just filled it in, and then there's like the roots at the bottom.
Huh. I don't think I saw that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, look it up. It's weird. And it's not anything that I've ever like really dived into.
No. Yeah. My wife is like the true crime, like conspiracy theories. Like
my husband likes that one. That's it.
I mean, she watches true crime all the time. I mean, I could walk down in some different case she's listening. I'm like, what the hell? Who is it? I don't even heard of this person, But she's just right. She loves all of that. So and I mean, I watch bits and pieces, so I never get the whole story. But yeah, we've definitely watched JFK footage, at least 2 or 3 full-length documentaries, and had some kind of weird name like the Octopus or something like that. It was like the Octopus Files or something, and that was a deep dive. That was like watching Game of Thrones like halfway through the 2nd season and trying to figure out what was what and who was who. It was really really hard to follow, but I mean, stuff is interesting. I guess we'll see what they come up with, but I don't think it's going to be anything one of these conspiracy theorists or people who've actually done major research doesn't already know.
Right, exactly. I feel like that's a lot of the things that they're going to be talking about, or they say they're going to be talking about, are things that, everybody's like, yeah.
Duh. Shit. Thanks for just saying what we already knew and making it official.
Right. It's like when they said aliens are real, and we're all like, okay, but do you have like anything else? Because like we already knew that.
Right. We all, they're out there. I mean, are they with us? Who knows? I mean, I think they are, but I know some people don't. I know Heisenberg's not into that. He doesn't like that.
I don't think we should talk about it, man.
They're always listening.
I feel like just don't say any bad things.
Right. We're very positive.
Listen, I don't care. I don't care about like the CIA or the FBI listening to me. I just want to make sure I don't piss off aliens.
Right.
You don't know. Maybe they don't even like to be talked about. Maybe they're like those sons of bitches.
But I only say nice things.
We try not to be seen for reasons, and they keep talking about us.
Yeah.
I have a theory. I think the aliens extincted dinosaurs. They couldn't keep them as pets.
Yeah. They don't snuggle. Get rid of
them. They don't
snuggle.
No, they don't. You would think that, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. T-Rex would want to snuggle, but no.
Right.
I feel like they got pissed off and were like, no, we'll start over.
I mean, there's a lot of people who say that the aliens are here because we are destroying the planet. So maybe the dinosaurs were destroying the planet, and so the aliens got rid of them.
Maybe.
And that's what they're going to do to us if we don't get our shit together.
Exactly.
We got to stop destroying the planet.
What if oh, no, never mind. I don't know where I had a theory in my head, but I lost it. So never mind.
I lost it. The aliens took it out of your
Probably.
head. Probably.
They knew I was on me. They're already connected to me.
He's on to us.
They're already
get rid of that.
Yeah. I'm gonna start saying that now. Well, the aliens must have taken it out of my head.
Oh, that's a really great idea.
I'm gonna start aligning my hat with tinfoil so they can't get into it. Hey, Shannon Davidson, how are you?
I just had my kids watch the movie Signs.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah,
that's a really cool movie. I think that's a fun movie, but I think it's somewhat realistic with probably how shit would probably go down.
Yeah.
Although those aliens were, kind of violent and sucking people's whatever out. I mean, or poisoning them or doing whatever. But the little girl reminds me of my daughter when she was little because she would never finish a glass of water.
Cups of water.
Yeah, just cups and bottles of water everywhere after drink. Oh, it's too warm or there's something floating in it.
Yeah,
but
that's contaminated. That's what she said. Yeah, I like that movie too because it's I'm such a huge everything happens for a reason person. And I love how every single thing ties in at the end. And it's like, oh, okay, literally every single one of these things had to happen in order for it to work out.
Exactly.
So I like it for that reason too.
Yeah.
And it's not too scary. I didn't feel bad showing it to
my
kids.
No.
And
it's funny too. I mean,
it's not.
Joaquin Phoenix is freaking hilarious in that movie.
Oh my gosh.
I watched it.
Yeah.
And if I could watch it.
Yeah, it's not it's not really a horror movie.
It freaks me out because it's one of the reasons I don't like talking about aliens now.
Right. Yeah. It was before M. Night started getting really, really strange. To the point where it is either unwatchable or just downright scary. Before he let his freak flag fly and things were starting to get a little The Visit. That was horror. That was a crazy movie. You guys don't watch it. You guys don't like horror movies. Don't ever watch it. The Devil
Never even crossed my mind.
Hello, Jessica.
Which one do you like?
Sure, she's talking about Signs, right?
I hope she's talking about Signs.
Quick hello to Unfortunate Travels. But yeah, I mean, some of his later stuff. There's a couple though I watched later on too that I can't remember the name of it. It was some weird one where these people were taken out to this beach on this island that there was no getting away from it. And the kids the kids went and swam in the ocean part there, and they aged by 20 years when they came out.
Yeah.
It was just a really weird movie.
No, I don't remember.
So it's either really something I really like or scares the shit out of me, or it's just a horrible movie.
Yeah, like Lady in the Water.
Oh yeah, that's old. That was the name of it. Yeah. Lady in the Water I liked. I mean, Unbreakable, that whole series, the Unbreakable universe.
So good. I forgot that's him.
I mean, I even Split and Glass. Glass ended on kind of on a shitty note, but I love all those.
But Split is freaking phenomenal.
I mean, come on. Sixth Sense. I mean, that's one of the best paranormal movies in my mind.
We watched that too. Yeah.
It's not a...
I referenced that. I referenced that movie like it's a goddamn documentary.
Right. Yeah. Between that,
I'm convinced that's the way it
Jessica,
works.
The Village. I love that movie.
Oh,
that's a good one.
That's the next one I'm making.
I always joke around too, when I have to go to the store or something. like I'll get ready to go. I'm like, I have to go to the town to get the medicines. Like, and like my wife and I are like so on par with each other. She's like, "Well, vamonos, children, vamonos,"
Oh
from
my god.
Signs.
Yeah, we say
Yeah.
vamonos all the time.
But yeah, and
Yeah.
then
He has so many good movies.
yeah, I mean, and the other one I talk about, I mean, it's not M Night, but oh crap, now I can't think of it. The Others. That's one of my favorite ghost movies. It's not. There's
Yeah.
only.
Is that what we were just talking
What's
about?
that?
That's what I was
Oh
talking
no,
about.
I was talking about Sixth
That's the one
Sense
I
with Bruce
referenced, like,
Willis
it's a
and the little
documentary.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Others is
yeah.
with what's her name?
The
Nicole
Others,
Oh my
Kidman.
gosh,
Nicole
yeah,
Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. Like she's like one of my
Yeah.
starlet like infatuations.
Yeah.
But yeah, that because that really is. I mean, to me, that's what. It's just a great point of view from like
Yeah.
they don't know what's going on. Like they're
Yeah.
seeing little flashes of us, and they're getting scared of what's going on in the house, and they think something's. It's
Right.
just so interesting.
And I talk about that one too all the time because it's like in the movie, the kid was the only one who could see
Yeah.
the ghosts.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's how it is. And I feel like that's why you have residual and intelligent
Mhm.
hauntings, not because it's like a repeat like that one movie, but I feel like it's they can't see us. I walk around every day. There could be 6 spirits
Yeah.
standing behind me right now. I don't
Right.
know that, so I'm just going about
Yeah.
my day. So to them, I am a residual
Sure.
haunting. I am not
Right.
intelligent because I don't see what they're doing. I can't answer their questions if I
Right.
don't hear them. So I feel like a lot of the spirits are the
Right.
same way. They just can't hear our question. It's not that they're not answering on purpose because they're not intelligent.
Exactly.
They just can't see us.
Don said Sixth Sense was. I mean, it was. It's not a horror movie by any means. I don't think it's like it has a couple like little jump scares, but I mean, it's something like if you're in the paranormal or like into ghost hunting, it's not that you should be like prepared for it, but it's definitely something that I mean we would understand a little bit more.
Yeah, but I wasn't.
I'm
when
not
I
gonna
saw
watch
it.
that fucking movie.
I was a child. I was a child.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm 50 years old. I ain't gonna watch
What's
that
up,
fucking
Zach?
movie.
you should watch The Others though.
Yeah,
you
I
really
No,
should.
I'm not gonna watch any of them.
It's not really.
The Others is
The Others
awesome.
has like one like 2 second like just kind of whoa shit.
No.
Yeah, that has jump scares too.
Yeah.
Like one.
Maybe creepy music too. I know you don't like music on these shows.
Well, I
Psychologically
suggest
worse.
if you don't
That's your
mind
brain.
horror movies and you want to see a
Your
good
brain gets scared. You're scared.
Yeah.
if you want to see a good
Doesn't matter if
paranormal
it's
movie,
psychological horror.
I don't think the Others gets enough credit. Hey, what's
I think
happening, Zach?
I think it gets a lot of credit because I, who have never seen it, know about it and know about the story even before you guys have talked about
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I just thought you blocked all that kind of stuff out. Like the Others.
No.
It sounds,
No, I think it's just because it's such a different concept.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not something that was in movies, and it's not. So I think that's why everybody talks about it so much because it's not overdone like every other.
So I'm just going to throw you out.
movie.
You probably have never seen The Conjuring.
No,
I've never seen that.
Those movies are actually my favorite kinds of horror movies. Like as far as genres, if you want to label them in different genres of horror movie.
Yeah.
Like slasher flicks, I could do or do without. I don't really care about those. I mean,
I could watch those.
they're all horror.
Like the Saw movies.
Yeah,
I
the
could watch
classics
those.
like Halloween, Friday the 13th. I mean, those are.
I've never seen any of those.
Those have some jump scares, but they really kind of are. I mean, especially when you watch movies now and then you watch those older movies, they're just fun.
Yeah.
They're funny to watch because they're so ridiculously like just low budget
horror, as in horrible.
Good evening, the static voices I see you on TikTok. Right.
And it's weird because like the reason I refuse to watch The Conjuring and stuff like that is because I feel like those are things that could happen.
My wife is the same way. She will watch them and she enjoys them. My wife does like horror movies, but those hit a lot harder with her because that's that's
Yeah.
something that she believes could happen, and she's worried that that's going to happen in my
Plausible.
house because I go ghost hunting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I don't want to watch
right.
those. And I especially don't want to watch them at home and give my home ghosts any ideas.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to give
start
home
going like
ghosts
this.
any ideas.
No. No.
You'd rather
the
just
third
walk through the
clapback.
lives as a residual. She don't want to give any ideas.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just a reflection of the past. It's not a real haunting. It's interdimensional time slips. You're just seeing what was going on, replaying itself from back then.
I do
Michael
like
likes
Fraggle
Rock.
I loved
Me too,
Fraggle
man.
Rock.
That was like the hippie Muppets. I loved it.
Oh my gosh, so
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a like those doozers or whatever. They had to build those radish towers. They just loved to build them, and they ate them.
Yeah. There's Roscoe. He's making his appearance.
There's Roscoe.
He's like, I'm out. You guys said my name. I'm out.
I love Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock was fun. It was really good.
Had that big talking trash pile.
Yes. Yeah, that was a bad trip.
Kevin liked it a lot better. My little brother liked it more than I did. My little brother watched it a lot more than I did. But
mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he watched it a lot more than I did, but I still, yeah.
Because I remember they kind of like re-released it as a cartoon version for a while.
Yeah.
And I remember that because my brother was collecting all the McDonald's action figures. They were like in little cars from like the Happy Meals. My brother was like had all of them. My dad used to get pissed off constantly because he would step on them, like they'd be in all these like weird places. Because my brother thought, they live underground, so I'm gonna hide them like right here underneath the couch or underneath the chair.
Under the carpet.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They're down in the underground caves and shit, and it was.
Yeah, that's amazing logic. I'm learning about.
Kid.
When he brings out he brought out all his animals the other day and was like, "This is the dangerous side. This is this side." Like he was like,
did he separate them into like meat?
Yeah, no, just dangerous. He had an alligator and a snake on one side, and then all his puppies on the other.
Aw.
But then, he does the planets, and I can't move them. I have to put them back in order. Because they're like, "What? Who moved my planets? Who moved the outer planets?"
Oh my gosh! Is Pluto one of them?
He loves Pluto, but he knows Pluto's a dwarf planet, and he'll explain to you why Pluto is a dwarf planet because it can't.
I'm always pro Pluto.
Yeah, he loves Pluto.
Pro Pluto.
Got a book about it.
Remember the thing that they taught us in school that was like, my very educated mother just made us 9 pizzas? Yeah. And then they got rid of Pluto, and I was like, what are you saying?
I heard it, but I can't remember what it is.
I know, and I was like, that's dumb. That's
because he's all about that stuff now. Like right now, he's got a whole bunch of books on planets.
Oh, that's cool.
Talking about the Rocher limit or something and stuff like that.
Interesting. Okay. I don't even know what that is.
That's just like how close a planet could get to another planet before it destroys it or something like that.
Wow.
Jeez.
By gravitational pull.
Huh. That's pretty cool that he knows all that shit. What's up, Terry?
He's cool.
I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it, but he said it to me today. I don't know.
We'll have to have him teach us about it. Did I tell you guys about when we were at the Lake County Historical Society? And this goes back to like being a residual, like ourselves being a residual haunting. We were at the Historical Society and we're just like doing an investigation, and like, I forget what it was. I think the Estes method or something, but the spirit said, "Are you dead? Are you a ghost?"
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm going to say no.
Know.
But if you think I am, then maybe. I don't know how to answer that. Maybe we're living like the others.
Yeah, well, it goes back to the movie that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't know. They probably do think we're a ghost, or they're
You
seeing
go
us
into
as
a
some kind of.
counseling mode. What do you think?
What's that?
You know, I did have dreams before I had Easton, my youngest. I kept having dreams about me dying during a C-section, an emergency C-section, and I like could see my husband like with this 2-year-old and a newborn just like crying because I was dead. And then they told me that I was going to have an emergency C-section, and I looked at her and I said, "I will die." And she's like, "No, you won't." And I said, "Yes, I will. I've seen it." Then I'm like, maybe I had it.
Maybe
I had it and I did die. This is all
past
just
life stuff.
whatever. But if we have to go to work,
oh man,
in the afterlife, I'm gonna be
no
pissed.
shit.
I'm already thinking that you do. I can't see it being much different.
That will piss me off.
Well, I mean, think about like the old janitor ghosts. I mean, they're still working.
Right. Lighthouse workers.
The guy in the basement at the piggery at Anadine Farm.
Yeah,
he's still down there. You can still hear him sweeping and walking around. So, I mean, maybe he really liked it. I mean, if he enjoyed it, then
I miss him.
Good for him.
I miss him.
I drove by it the other day, and I'm like, I miss that place.
I used to drive by it a lot when I worked at the office more.
Yeah,
you know, the office was in Portage Lake, so I'd be around Barberton, so I'd drive by it.
Yeah, so like, running those, like, where was I? Oh, I was over at there's those apartment, like senior citizen apartments over there, kind of in that area,
by the
by where Anadine Farm used to be, like by the heating house.
Yep.
And I had a delivery at one of those apartments, and I'm sitting there just staring at the heating house, like, God damn it, that was like the most active building,
haunted building.
Yes. I mean, here
we could barely get into. Every time we did, we had an experience.
Oh my God, crazy shit.
But we could never get in there.
No. I just, you know what, we did a couple times, and we had an amazing time.
Yeah, that was the best. That's where we heard that door slam, that big metal door that like.
So just like background information. Anybody who's familiar with Ohio, there's a town called Barberton down like by the Akron area. Back in the day, what was his name? Ohio Columbus Barber. I'm sorry. Was this rich guy? He built this crazy huge farm. It was like 32 buildings. 32 buildings.
Crazy.
If you superimpose the map of the way the farm was over Barberton, the map of today's Barberton, that's what Barberton was. I mean, it was basically Barberton. I mean, they named the town after him. So, I mean, there was a mansion that unfortunately it was torn down years and years ago, just out of spite, because the people who bought it wanted to build a strip mall, and the town wouldn't let it. So they had owned that land, so they tore down the mansion. But there's still some. Yeah,
there's a special.
So there's
for people like that.
So at some point, the Barberton Historical Society had come in, and they had bought the remaining buildings, repaired the ones that they could. Like one, I think it's the chicken bar, or the brooder barn. That actually, they turned that into a state of the art daycare. So like they repurposed a lot of these buildings. Like barn one is like a nursery.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a nursery. Yeah, I mean, you drive and it's really cool because a lot of the newer buildings are built in the same style to match the architecture, like around that area.
Well, it's funny, if you turn down the road sometimes, you're like, if you get into those, you're like, wait, is this, because there's barn over here, and there's the houses kind of look like.
Right. Like when you drive into this certain area, it's called Austin Estates. They're older houses, but they're pretty big and they're really nice. And it's like actually you go down to the end of this one cul-de-sac, and that's where the mansion used to sit. And like the Anadine fountain is still there. We got in trouble because we were doing a ghost walk, and the people in that area They
Oh,
said
they're
that we
devil
couldn't go on their
worshippers.
property anymore to get there because we were performing witchcraft or some stupid shit like that. I'm not even kidding. But like also in that part of town,
That
there was
was.
this big.
I mean, to be honest, I was conjuring.
Oh, I'm
I
sure.
was
I mean,
putting spells out. I was
I mean, I'm sure that the goats that we had sacrificed
You
and
should
left
have
the
asked her for a
carcasses
piece of
were
her
still there.
hair.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. We got to run the ghost hunts, and then they made things. The main building that was called the Piggery. It used to be a pig farm. This place was immaculate. They turned it into an event center, and then they let somebody else start running events, and I started bumping heads with them as far as like being able to schedule things. And like I understood they got priority because they were making the big money for the historical society.
For
Right.
weddings, yeah.
So I mean, but then it got to be the point where like I couldn't do certain nights because they were already set up, or we'd have to wait till like after midnight when they close to start, and that's just too late to start a ghost hunt. I mean, most people are like ready to pack up and go. So so that pretty much ended all that. And then Steve Kelleher, who was the guy, he ran the Barberton Historical Society. He was the one that pushed for them to buy these properties and save them. Unfortunately, he had passed away. So then, like, Barberton Historical Society wanted nothing to do anything else with the ghost hunting stuff. So there was no chance of us ever getting back in. AI.
Timothy wants to know what we think about AI for forensic analysis.
I thought it was Al. I was like, I don't know who Al is.
Right.
He's probably a great guy.
I don't know.
Listen, I have said it for years. I feel like this field has just been different versions of the same thing for so long that it's like impossible for it to make any strides. And I've always said that it's going to take some young kids to come in here and do things totally different. And they're the ones that are going to make huge breakthroughs, because us old folks, we are just taking the same equipment and changing it a little bit, or, taking the same methods and doing it a tiny bit different.
Stuck in our ways, and we get pissed off when people tell us that we.
Right. Yeah. So I think it's great. I mean, it's going to be hard to convince people that you're using AI to show something that's real. I think that's what's going to be the hardest part about it. Because if you are like, I have this evidence and I did whatever with AI, and now look at it, you can see the spirit of a man from the 1800s. They're going to be like, okay, so you used AI to create a spirit
because
of a man.
I mean, that's what mainstream that's what everyday all of us think of AI right now, is that people just use it to generate really cool photos and logos and like make me look like a Mandalorian and all that shit that I do all the time. But I mean, AI is also like robotics. It's
for sure.
Programming. I mean, we've already been using
it's
it.
analysis.
LiDAR, all that kind of stuff. That's AI, and pretty much anything that's electronic that can do the job for you. That's AI.
Right.
I mean, we've technically been.
But it is going to be a hard.
It's going to be a hard sell because it's starting to take more and more of the human. What's the word I'm looking for? The human element out of things. Like, we're giving over some of our own mind control and our logic over to a program to like run this for us, and that's scary. And I've read too many science fiction novels about AI taking over. I mean, read a couple Isaac Asimov novels and don't tell me you're not afraid. I mean, I've seen iRobot. I've read iRobot.
I've seen iRobot. That's my argument.
I'm good right now because I know the technology is at least a couple years away. I'm 50. By the time it happens, I'll be like probably gone. So good luck, Lincoln.
I feel like it's happening so
And I mean, we've all. Well, I mean, I'm sure D Nice has seen at least one Terminator. I mean,
I've seen a Terminator.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. But then you're also talking time travel. So, I mean, which, I mean, could be a thing. Who knows?
Yeah.
But anything could be a thing.
Yeah.
I know. I think
it'd be cool. I think there's definitely things that, we can look at a video and replay it a million times, but there's definitely things that AI can catch that we
Oh, sure.
can't. So yeah, I mean, I don't see why there couldn't be a place for it.
That's just always gonna be a hard sell. That's gotta be a future thing, I
Yeah.
think, if that's gonna
Yeah. Especially for old people.
Yeah.
I mean, us guys.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I don't think, because I don't think I would trust it. I'd be like, no, you created it.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Because in most people's brains,
That's what it
all
does.
AI does.
Even though I know it's more,
create.
we know it does all this stuff,
Yeah.
but your first thought is
Right. It made it. Yeah. Rick Smith says, hi, Ray.
Hey, Uncle Sparky. What's up, buddy? It's a guy I used to work with. I love him. Love you, man. But yeah, I mean, it scares me.
What a touching
What's
moment. I said, what a touching moment.
But yeah, the whole AI thing is scary. Like he said, it's going to be a hard sell. But I mean, I definitely think there's going to be a lot of good things that come out of it too. It depends on who's developing it and for what reason.
For sure. And you'll have people who will do bad things with it,
Oh, sure.
Not bad, but just like fraudulent.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
As
wants
they always
to have.
do.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Whether
like
it's
the whole
a fishing
Winchester
string
story.
in your jacket sleeve or
yeah.
or AI.
Right.
There's always going to be somebody who's more concerned about getting likes and views than they are with like advancing the field and proving science.
For sure.
And so yeah, that's what's super nice about when you just do it for fun. I don't ever bring a camera. I don't ever bring a recorder. Because I know my ass is not going to sit down and watch that.
Yeah, I used to, and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good there. I go, okay, you can have it mark it.
I can't read it. My laptop is so small. You mentioned time travel earlier. What was your take on what?
And the Joe Titer from Coast to Coast. That's something I will have to look into because I listen to Coast to Coast, but I'm like way behind in like that podcast or show. I mean, I followed Art Bell and obviously George, but yeah, I don't know what that is, but I'll look into that. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm like already Googling it. Oh, John Titer.
What now?
What's that?
Don't Google it right now.
No, I'm not going to.
Just write it down on a piece
That's
of paper.
what I did.
I
just put it in my
my
browser. What I did.
Oh, in your search bar.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that would be cool to let AI review your footage.
Because
would be nice. People would probably actually get to their footage.
You'd have to watch out though, because like it would flag something, and would you like really look to see something? You know what I mean? Like, would you like?
Right.
I would know. I know. I don't.
I have seen this. He said, or let AI review EVPs, or perhaps translate the EVP. I have seen people just like play a video and then your phone will like automatically put subtitles on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like a sneaky way to like pick up things, because to you it'll just sound like it's nothing, but then all of a sudden a random subtitle will pop up, and then when you play it super close and do whatever you do with the audio.
Yeah, I've seen the AI like with the subtitles. Like I'll watch us back like on Facebook, and like they get our. I don't watch the whole show. I can't do that. But like there's always subtitles when you watch it back, and it's always like wacky what's coming up.
Well, yeah, because I'm talking
Yeah.
underneath you guys half the time.
But it's like at the same time, I hate taking the human element out of doing that. I also
Yeah.
I also don't trust the human ear sometimes because we talk about
Yeah.
pareidolia, like seeing things and making them.
Yes.
It's the
Yeah.
same thing with our ears, like, and that's
Yeah.
sometimes.
It's front loaded.
Yeah, and sometimes with the DDR60, I get the same feeling, like it's a bunch of static, and it kind of sounds like
Mhm.
you you know what the question was, so you hear like a pattern come through in the static and you make
Right.
it, your brain makes it sound like something that's in direct response to what you ask, but it's not. It I don't know. To me, it has to sound like a voice, like a real voice, like
Right.
and you have to have proof, which is why we always kind of cross check with each other.
Well, yeah, I would say yeah, but to
Um,
mark the footage, I would just be cautionary
Yeah.
that you would be like wouldn't be looking really into something that might not be there if it got marked.
Yeah, see, I was thinking more of just like plugging this into my computer and letting it run and saying, okay, that's an EVP. That's what it said. But no, if it's like marking time or it like, I don't know, somehow it's programmed
that's
to like
CBT,
pick a
yeah.
difference in the audio or some kind of like different wave and just like red flags it for you so you can go and listen to it yourself. That would be interesting.
Yeah. And the other point that he made too is to translate an EVP because sometimes he thinks that, an EVP is in a different
Yeah, okay.
language.
What's crazy?
And
Have you guys seen those
I could
earbuds?
totally get behind that.
There's these earbuds that
Oh
are
yeah.
translating already. Like they're
Yeah.
the over the top
I've
earbuds, and
used Google Translate on investigations
I
before.
I deliver we deliver equipment to a lot of international patients, and I can't tell you how many times Google Translate has bailed me out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, hold on, and like we'll both like put our translations up, like, and just show each other the cell phone, or you know, it's helped so much. It doesn't always get everything right, and you just laugh about it, but most of the time, if you're
I mean,
speaking
Dawn,
slowly and clearly, it'll get it.
yeah. Dawn said that it would take a lot of programming to teach an AI what to look for. I think that if you were to just like say you set up a static cam, if you just said tag times in the video when there's motion, you know what I mean, or let me know what timestamps for times when you hear a sound, and then you just do that. Like sound and motion are not things. You're not saying like, let me know when there's a spike
Right.
in whatever electromagnetic whatever.
Motion might be hard, just because there's always dust.
I believe
Why?
it.
Your Ring doorbell camera can do
No,
it.
I'll just say, well, my doorbell like dings, and I think it's just because it's snowing outside.
Yeah. That's motion though.
It's like one of
We
those
have
things.
gotten German.
Yeah. Oh, I could.
That
Yeah,
FC.
I could imagine.
We put Google Translate up to I think it was Julie and Terry had a spirit box. And we're like, I swear to God, that sounds like German. So we put the translate
Yeah.
up and it was translating what was being said on there. It just sounded like gibberish to us.
But it
But
was German.
Yeah.
I can't remember
That's
if we
cool.
got any responses, but I remember when we were at Franklin Castle, I was playing out loud.
I did.
Yeah. Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was a time when we were just all sitting in one of, I think it was like the living room.
Yeah, we were on that
right
really,
by the
really
front
like
door.
nice, like really comfortable couch.
Oh yeah.
Gorgeous.
So
It's
best
funny you
part of the
talk
night.
about the EVP or anything else, but you talk about that couch. I'm like, oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You remember the good couches.
But like everybody was just kind of doing their own thing. We had
Yeah.
equipment all over, and we were just kind of doing the usual, just bullshitting, not actually doing an
And
investigation.
that's when we always get the best stuff.
Yeah, and I remembered him telling us that the guy would bring in German immigrants and help them find jobs and whatever. And so I put in my Google Translate and I just typed in, if you can help me find a job, light something up. And all of a sudden the cat ball went off, and I was like, okay. And so I said it again, but I said a different light and played it again, and a different light came on.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth it to try it. I mean, especially if you're at a place where you know the history,
Right.
and you know that there was
I think I like the
somebody
couch
who
was like
spoke a
high
different language.
back.
What
Oh
was?
yeah.
Oh, he's still talking about the
High
couch.
back, super soft, but yet firm enough where you weren't like sinking. It was just.
It's a nice
I
couch.
would if we would had like spent the night, I would have been fine just like crashing on that couch.
Yeah.
Super comfortable.
That place was so cool.
It was super
so
nice.
cool.
Kind of upset how
It's
it
just so beautiful too.
Yeah.
You know what was my favorite though is how they had, you know, how they each had their separate bedrooms, the husband and wife, and then they had that little like sneaky porch on the outside where they could get to each other's rooms. Yeah, that would be a tough one.
Yeah.
I wonder.
It would be tough to translate.
Yeah.
Because even like Native Americans, they spoke different variations of like Spanish and French. Like they were very influenced by whatever European was invading or, you know, whatever at the time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks for that was a good conversation. Thanks, man.
Yeah, those are great comments. We love when people give us things to think
That's
about.
why I like doing this, so we can just like chill and talk to people about whatever.
Right.
I like doing it for the money.
The money?
You better be divvying that money up with us, man, because I ain't making shit.
Apparently Eisenberg's making money that we don't know about. No. Dang it.
Okay.
Wow.
We always told you were the star of the show.
The eye candy.
I actually signed a contract not to be on the show, but they keep.
Hey guys, bringing me back in.
No, it's good stuff. You love it.
I do. I keep coming back.
Just wait till our new merch comes out.
What new merch?
So Heisenberg.
And I actually had another subject, but we can just save that for next time.
Yep. So many dialects.
Yeah, that's the. That would be the problem. Right. It's just there's just way too many.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them might be like.
I wonder if there'd be like commonalities.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you speak Spanish, but I mean, like all the different countries have different versions of Spanish.
Yeah.
You know, and technically us and the people in England speak the same language, but it's very different.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe it's similar.
You know, America has no national language.
That makes sense, I guess. There's a lot of languages. But yeah, so back to the Heisenberg mirrors. In case you guys haven't heard. That's going to be my next merch project. I'm going to take Heisenberg's hair. I'm going to put it onto a hand mirror so that you can hold it and look at yourself and have Heisenberg's hair.
That is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Can you read it out loud, dude? It's so small for me.
I've had people laugh at me.
Paranormal. Investigations. My reply was, do you bowl or fish?
Right? Yeah. And like, my theory is, who cares? If somebody's doing something that you think is stupid or you don't agree with it or whatever, and they're not hurting anybody, who cares?
Right.
Like, I think like cave diving and rock climbing are stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But I'm not gonna say that you're stupid for doing it.
No.
You want to do it. That's what you want to do.
Yeah. That's honestly one of my favorite things. Do you want to know who I admire the most? Is people who do LARPing. Okay? I'm not even
It looks so much fun.
And they have such a good time, and they go all in, and they are so into it, and they don't give a shit what anybody thinks about them. And I love that for them. Like, seriously, so much. That's the way everybody should be. Like, if you're doing something that makes you happy, then who cares what other people think about you?
Exactly. I mean, I had a professor. At Akron. I like for some of the humanities classes. Like, I had to take. I think I took the Chinese culture class, and she would go through all the eras and different dynasties and all that kind of stuff. But she talked about her and her husband like go to these like festivals where like they stage like it's more than LARPing. Like, these are full on staged battles. And they spend the whole week in a yurt, which is like those big huge tents. And then like they have like
that's what the D-Day thing at Cognac. That's what I keep trying to get you guys to go to. They do that. They stay for the whole week in the tents and everything.
But it's like the Mongolians versus whatever country, and it's just really she showed us some footage. It's really cool. Like, they live the whole lifestyle for the week, and I guess they camp out like that too. But yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. I love it. I mean, I'm watching the Rings of Power right now, and I think about it like, man, I just want to dress up like a dwarf and go out there with my axe and battle some elves or something. It looks so much fun. LARPing.
Timothy, it's called LARPing.
Yeah, LARP.
It's live action role play. Yes. So people like medieval festivals or, war reenactments, like they have all kinds of things where it's like, battles between trolls and whatever.
Or just like, Renaissance people, they do that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really, I mean, it's people like who like Dungeons and Dragons. They like Lord of the Rings. They dress up like different characters. Like fantasy characters.
I love it. Good for you guys.
And they go out there with like foam swords and all kinds of stuff. They come up with these like very intricate storylines, and it's just it looks fun. I mean, I
freaking love
let your freak flag fly, man. It looks crazy. It looks awesome. Yes. I feel the same way about, and I've been watching like it's in my algorithm now. It's medieval MMA. It's like these.
Oh my gosh!
These guys dress up as knights, but they get into the square ring, and like they have shields, and like they're hitting each other with these freaking swords and axes. They're just like hacking at each other. It's hilarious.
I love it.
But yeah, it's like an actual like, it's a sport now. Like, and I watch like the jousting stuff at like the run fairs. Like, those guys are scary.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like it hurts like hell.
So good.
But yeah, I love all that stuff.
Gettysburg, yeah. Timothy loves Renfest. I gotta get this fixed.
Whoever, Tina, you might even know like my teacher. I can't remember her name. Her name's Jane something. But yeah, it's fun. It's something I've always wanted to do. There's just not like a whole lot of people doing it around here in Stowe.
Yeah.
I think that I start my improv class this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. So I got.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, my improv acting class. Yes, I was started last week, and I thought it started as my usual. I have the wrong date, wrong time. So I actually went to the Bill Manor last weekend with some people. It was really fun, but I'm sitting there investigating, and then like I see this message come up from the director of the class. He's like, "Sorry, we missed you today." And I'm like, "Oh shit. Yeah, sorry, I had a family emergency."
Yeah.
Did one of those things. Just tell them I forgot. But yeah.
And if I think they're an improv class, they probably saw right through your shit, dude.
I'm sure, right. Yeah. He's like, yeah, like, he texted me back like 5 minutes later. He's like, yeah, you definitely need this class.
Hopefully we'll fix that by the end of the class.
We'll take care of this.
Yeah, Dawn said she watched Jousters, and they said it felt like getting hit by a car at 30, a Volkswagen at 30
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Because not only are you getting hit, but a lot of times you're falling off the horse, too.
For sure.
Even just that, I'd be out for the count.
Yeah. I don't like horses. I won't ride them.
I'm so scared of them.
I know. And it sucks too because I watch shows like Yellowstone and like all those like cowboy shows. It just looks so much fun.
And you want to be a cowboy?
Like I just want to ride like a horse really fast through the hills of Montana. But then I remember the one time I rode a pony and got thrown off of it and how bad it hurt. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's childhood trauma.
It's not for me. But again, if that's what you're into,
right?
Good for you.
We have one right here in Lake County.
In Ashtabula County.
Is it Ashtabula? I thought it was Lake County. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's pretty close to the border, but yeah.
The only thing you said, is there anything for me to plug or us to plug? We're not really doing much besides the show every Thursday night, but I do want to throw this out there because it's coming up pretty soon. It's a convention near and dear to our hearts. A lot of our friends are going. We usually go. We've been there like the last 3 years. Time and finances just aren't letting it happen this year. But March 8th, it's the Potographs Parafest 6.
Look at all those great people on there.
Lot of some of return people, but also a lot of new people this coming year. Tim and Lauren, obviously. Tim and Lauren are the ones running the event. It's going to help a local humane society. Our buddy Dustin Pari, I love him to death. He's a big part of this every year.
He's so wonderful.
Then you got Shane Pittman, who's like a new guy this year. I met him before. He's a really nice guy. Bill Konkoleski, Todd Arnold, who's also a big help with that event. Good close friends with Tim. John Tenney, who's freaking amazing. I watched him speak a couple times. Your mind will be blown. So we got our buddies Dale and Michael from Paranormal Voice going to be there. Bree and Nick, good friends of ours. My sister from another mister, Deb DeRoos, love her to death. Christy London and Tim Ellis, a bunch of amazing people, and it's such a great cause.
I love
you'll feel like a family after you leave, and I'm super sad we're not going to be there this year, but fingers crossed. Hopefully, we can fit it in next year. Who knows? But definitely, if you guys want to be a part of that, you can even donate. Just go to PotographsParafest.com. Hit the donate. That's actually how you buy tickets too. But you could just donate if you can't make it to the event. Help them out. Help all the puppies. Keep Murray's legacy alive. But yeah, we wish them all the best. So always down to help them promote at least. So, but other than that,
for sure,
we'll spook you later, crypto heads. We'll be back next Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. right here on.
And in the meantime, don't be an asshole.
You heard her. Words of wisdom.
LARP if you want to, friends.
Yeah, there's nothing about being an asshole. Right.
Don't be an asshole.
If you want to be a crazy jackass and climb up a mountain, do it. Just don't be an asshole.
Go for it.
To us paranormal investigators. All right. We love you guys. Have a great weekend.
We love you.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.